I feel like this is the time where I need to look at you and say you should probably go get new glasses.
No, that's a
he
brain
just needs to go
thing.
back to school.
Yeah, that's a brain thing. That has nothing to do with my glasses. I saw that it was a 3, but I thought it was an 8. Anyways, hello and welcome everybody to the AWKWARDCast. Hey, in mind, Keyframe, wonder about random drivel. And today with us, we just talked about her last week and now suddenly she's here. Fiaura, God, I hate names like this. Fiaura The Tankgirl.
Just call me Fee.
Fee.
Just keep it simple. Fee. Everybody calls me Fee anyway.
Fee. There. Fee. Welcome to the show, Fee. So, for
great intro.
I know, I'm getting worse and worse at it with every passing week. But yeah, Fee, for everybody who has never heard of you and has not watched last week's episode or was snoring through half of it, who are you, what do you do, and why should people care?
Most of what I do is science. I sit down and go, that's neat. How does it work? So I've done that for anime, 40K, ponies. I've done that for a couple of American cartoons. I'm currently working on that for like video game industry stuff to like prove why like stuff is either not working or why companies are doing stuff that makes you want to pull your hair out. I occasionally do like a game review, but for the most part, I just stream the games to try to have fun. And I write a lot.
How much is a lot? Like a book a lot?
Yes. So 3.5 months in court and $10,000, and I have a book.
Oh, look, it's the same hand holding the same book, but in 2 screens.
Oh, no. Oh, God. Don't break it.
I have a book I could beat somebody to death with.
That's an achievement to have.
I'm working on the second volume of it, and so once a week I sit down and do a drunk writing stream, which was last night. So I'm here. I'm not sure if I'm still buzzed or if the hangover's gone yet.
I'm here, but I'm not here.
Because last night I got a little bit of hammered.
If this would be a professional stream, this would be a problem. But thankfully, it's the AWKWARDcast. It works just fine.
SaberStar came on the stream right after having like 4 shots. So
yeah, that's true.
So the only difference is that you're on camera, he wasn't.
Yeah, he couldn't, again, not figure out how to get his camera to work in Skype. Then again, Skype is a bitch, so I'm not directly blaming him, but it's annoying, nevertheless.
Pet SaberSpark takes Skype out back and shoots it and puts it in a trench.
Oh, no, then the podcast wouldn't have his platform. Because we've tried Discord. Discord made Max want to pull his hair out.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, this
Let's not go back to that story.
No. I mean,
That's fair.
Maybe
That's fair.
one day Discord fixes their shit and it becomes usable again, but as much as I hate to say it, right now, after I have installed the necessary third-party products and whatnot, Skype is actually doing fine. I can, even with the new technique, I can even actually switch the Skype window without it being an issue, while in the past I needed to screen capture it. So, it's
Techno
fine.
heresy.
I know. So saying something positive about Skype after it was bought by Windows by Microsoft is kind of heresy, but it does its trick, so I will not complain too much, whatever. Anyway, so what's going on in your life? Trying to do segues today is not my strong suit.
Leave it to the professionals.
What's going on in my life? I have a convention this weekend where I'm getting married.
Well, that's a small
something.
thing to happen, I guess.
And
Is this wait. Oh wait, so okay, you already had the proposal and everything, so it's actually now I was just like, wait, either you shouldn't announce it publicly, or it should be a surprise to you. But no, we are talking marriage, which is probably planned.
No,
Yeah, I mean, it's on the schedule at BabsCon, so it better be planned, or we have a problem.
It's like the royal wedding, but with ponies. It's the season 2 finale, except it's not god-awful and overrated.
Wow! Somebody has taken the one of the pills, the blue or the red one. I'm not even sure at this point.
Changelings were the only good thing to come out of the season 2 finale. Changed my mind. Wait, I need to mug that meme.
Changelings getting turned into colorful abominations was the worst that came out of the season 6 finale. 6. Changed my mind.
Where's your mug? You gotta have it.
So, other than that, I spent the last 3.5. No, not even 3.5. I spent since just after Thanksgiving going to I couldn't even talk about this. If you're in the middle of a court case, you're actually not allowed to talk about what's going on in the courtroom.
Mm-hmm. But it's over now, so or is it?
I couldn't even acknowledge we were doing this. So what you have to do is if you've ever heard of a writ of declaration, which is basically like you're making a declaration that something is whatever you want to call. In this case, this story is parody. Okay, that means I need 3 copyright attorneys, a copyright judge, a court, and my own attorney. Oh God, my wallet bleeds. More like my wallet hemorrhages for the next 3 months. So they have to read the piece of work that I'm handing them. They then have to grill me on why it's not parody for the next, I don't know, however long it takes until they make a decision. We have to provide all the counter arguments and everything of that nature and go back and forth in a courtroom just like I was being sued for copyright infringement. And when we're done, yet. And when we're done, I get a writ of declaration that says that in this case, Fallout Equestria Dead Tree is a parody, as certified by the court of, blah, 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 and it just gives the court case and the city, which in this case is Richmond, Virginia, the name of the judge, the 3 lawyers who I had to fight against, my own lawyer, and myself, and then they notarize it, and I have to send it to Hasbro and Bethesda. Hasbro and Bethesda, upon receipt, which they have to sign for, so we have a date and time, has 30 days to sue me.
They didn't.
They didn't. They let it go.
Bethesda was apparently really chill.
Bethesda was really chill. It took longer to find the number for Bethesda and ZeniMax's legal department than it did to get the conversation finished. It was literally 20 minutes on the phone with one of their lawyers. He came back and he went, yeah, it's cool. They don't care because it's not a video game and it's not a movie, and Fallout doesn't make books anyway. So, here's your legal disclaimer. Huh. If it makes a shitload of money, we'll call you. Okay! That was our entire conversation. Hasbro was, no. Okay, sue me. No? Okay, thank you.
I won. I mean, in all fairness, looking at it from Fallout, like the 2 franchises that are merged, are Fallout and MLP, Fallout doesn't lose anything about their IP or when it gets ponified, because it's like they do wacky shit within Fallout all the time. So there is weirder stuff happening in Fallout than the protagonist being ponies, let's face it. However, on the other hand, MLP with its family-friendly and whatnot image has probably more to lose to officially allow their property being in this post-apocalyptic... I haven't read your book, but I assume it's in the same tone as original Fallout, as Equestria, as maybe not Horizons, because Horizons is a thing of itself.
Let's go to the moon with zebras! Yay!
Let's have a rape scene for 4 pages.
1?
Are you done? No, mine is gory, mine is dark, mine has moments of existential horror, so yes, it is completely adult rated. I actually felt bad at Winnie City because a mother came up.
Ooh, can I get this for my little daughter?
7-year-old kid standing next to her. I want it, Mommy. I look at her and said, you realize this is a 21 plus rated book, right? She's like, does it have sex in it? Not explicitly. Here's $50.
Shit.
It is not your place to determine your parenting. It is not my place to determine your parenting. Here you go.
Well,
I'll sign it.
I've heard stories like that with with video games and TV shows where people are like, gory violence and all that, like big old shoot 'em ups and gory TV shows. Perfectly fine. Is that a nipple?
Panic! My prude sense is tingling.
It's like, I can't expose my innocent baby angel to this.
I mean, it has sucked it for the first few months of its life, and
I can't have them know about female anatomy.
Yeah,
perfectly natural. So sex is a perfectly natural act. Yeah, decapitation is not. We're more okay with decapitation.
Exactly. I wanted to go. Maybe that is the reason, because it's too close to reality. So it's like the child has a very high chance to either grow breasts or see breasts at some point in their life. While so it's, but still, I try, but I cannot make a case for prude parents. I try, but I cannot come up with a proper one why sex on TV is worse than death and murder.
Yeah, only
she was okay with the answer, not explicitly.
But you could have also been like, enters gore and existential horror. I mean, I know. On the one hand, you have a business to run and you want to have the money, but on the other hand,
it's like being that barkeeper that has to tell the guy to stop drinking. But no, like, the thing is, the only reasoning, and this is me stretching it thin, like cellophane thin, in that, like, ludicrous amounts of gore is slightly less realistic to happen in one's personal life than seeing a boob. But even then, I don't know. It's just, I feel like...
But the demonization of the boob. Why?
Oh, yeah. I don't, as someone who has boobs, I don't get why these things are viewed as demons. And then but then there's also the thing of, like, are we that used to... We're so fine with desensitizing kids to gory media. Because let's face it, kids of my generation, the millennial generation and the ones under, they're pretty desensitized to a lot of shit, because a lot of shit happens in real life anyway, and we have 24-hour news circulation, so we are always exposed to it. We're not ignorant to how shitty things are. But then again, that should also mean we're not ignorant to the natural, beautiful processes of the world that keeps us as a species living.
I'm not entirely sure how it fits in here, but I kind of have the inner desire to point out why we are talking about desensitization and also sex. I mean, I just watched another episode of Jesse Cox's Gentleman's Hentai Club, so
that's a great show.
I'm not entirely sure how this fits.
I know which episode you're talking about.
Wait, which one?
While I have not seen this, I'm just going to assume he's a man of taste.
He's a man of taste, of weird taste.
Wait. I'm pretty sure I can get a harmless screenshot up. Just of the two men in taste. Just the men in taste.
You mean the intro of the show where they're just standing there?
Yes, but after the intro. Because the intro itself is another... Whoop, what's happening there? Oops, no, spoilers. Okay, wait. Gentlemen. There we go. Oh my god, this is going to play the music right away, isn't it? Okay, where can
watch girls have
and stop talking. Okay, no! How do you pause those? Okay. So the question, if the Gentleman's Hentai Club is presented by Man of Taste, should be answered now.
These are our men of taste.
Well then, he's obviously a very refined gentleman. He even comes with his own smoking jacket.
Both of them, yeah.
For which one of them, the smoking jacket needs a tailor because it no longer fits him.
He got it off the rack. He didn't get it fitted. But I'm just saying
the problem is I'm just as desensitized as Jesse, and I forgot the other guy's name, because I watched this on a second screen while just playing games. It's really more for the comedy. I know how weird this sounds, but it's more for the comedy. Also, this is not my media for the day.
I mean, you wouldn't really have much visual aid to talk about, would you?
I mean, I have those two gentlemen to talk about to show.
Yeah, but I don't need you to describe the one hentai where the
then don't do
air...
you it. Then if you don't want me to describe it, then don't go ahead and describe it yourself.
Can of air.
Double standard.
I have a bachelor's degree in human sexuality. None of this is shocking to me.
No, but I mean,
yes, double standard, because I'm better than you.
No, you guys can just go off on a tangent about hentai, and I'll just sit here like, interesting. Interesting.
But yeah,
no, so
I believe we made it through what's the going-ons in your life, Fee. Even so, I mean, it's actually pretty big, like winning the lawsuit and getting your book published and just getting married next week. I mean, come on, what? That's every
Small
other Tuesday.
potatoes.
I know, right?
Yeah, it's just every, But
if someone gets married every other Tuesday, they're either a Mormon or they have very poor relationships.
I'm just having like existential crisis after existential crisis over and over again.
Exactly.
I mean, when Spitfire sees the lawyer bills, I imagine she's gonna like scream at me if I'm crazy.
You're legally binding to this bill, honey.
I've already paid it.
I know, but still.
But when we have to do our taxes together next year, she's gonna look over and go, "What do you mean you spent?" I went, "How do you think I got the book published? Here's my arm. Here's my leg. Here's my soul."
I mean, okay. Estimate when. Will you break even with the book sales for the lawyer cost?
Including having to print additional books, it's 513 books have to be sold to break even.
Wow.
Including reprinting books and royalties I have to pay to artists and editors.
Mm-hmm. Where are we at right now?
Like 70.
But you only started last weekend selling, or?
Well, I had 44 pre-orders, and then after that it's mainstream selling. So I've sold like 70, maybe 80.
But yeah, within a few weeks, which is a good start.
I mean, when I get back from BabsCon, I can finish filling out the forms to put it on Amazon, and when I get back from BabsCon, I can officially go to Barnes & Noble and work out the schedule for book signing. So that's where I'm going with it at this point. Is, hey, look, I can put this in a bookstore and not get sued. Let's do that.
Hooray!
No, I mean, it sounds like a solid and realistic thing to get this money back.
Yes, so has anything interesting have happened in the lives of the hosts?
Not in mine.
I just have one little thing to show, I guess, and then... Wait. Oh, the other two are over there. I have little things, but then we can just move to media, because my life's boring. My life's just been being
I'm
sick.
just really glad I'm not the only person who gets in front of a camera who puts wall of art behind them.
Oh yeah, that's
everything I touch in this room.
I made it specifically for the show.
What happened?
They'll be talking
I'm just commenting that I'm not the only person who streams who puts wall of art. I see everybody else with a green screen, and I'm like, wall of art.
I mean,
I have a wall of art. It's just blocked by Jerry right now.
Who says I don't have a green screen?
Okay, please make yourself look like less of a mess than you already are.
What?
That's a possibility?
With him, But
by the way,
no,
where's he from? I can't quite place.
Germany.
I can't place Germany. Okay, I'm like, it's Germany, Hungary, Austria, Czech, somewhere in that region.
No, don't insult him by calling him a Hungarian. Don't insult him like that.
Hey, I've literally had someone from Munich and someone from Budapest stand next to each other and talk, and you couldn't tell which one was from where.
But no, anyways. No, the only thing interesting that's happened in my life is that I've made a return to traditional art because I'm planning to sell commissions at Babs, and so like I used markers for once in my. This is me drawing with markers for the first time in maybe 4 months, and it actually came out pretty good. And then there's watercolor. I've only started using watercolor late 2018. I've never painted with watercolor beforehand, and that's what came out. Then I got criticized by the person who owns this OC saying that I made a biased choice in what to use as an example.
I mean, then again, I now see that you used your own OC for the other examples, so you are forgiven.
Forgiven? Was I apparently in a bad place in your mind with having you being a watercolor example?
You were on trial for bias. But since your primary bias was yourself, it's fine again.
The only other thing, ignoring the man down below, is that I realized, if I do full body commissions, I need to draw a horse again. I haven't drawn
Wait. Did you just shove him in the basement?
He in the layout of this podcast, he is in the basement. He's in the gremlin room with the chat and the send us questions advertisement. So
does that mean when we have karaoke dance night, he just has to listen to it and can't sleep?
He just hits the ceiling with a broom to the beat of the music.
Get off my ceiling!
Why do you have a cane?
Hello, my honey. Hello, my baby. Hello, my blah blah blah.
Ragtime gal. Okay, anyway, the thing I was going to say is I got to learn how to draw horse again because I haven't drawn full-on pony in maybe over a year. I've just been drawing humanized things, furries, anthros, and stuff. So this is the first time of me drawing a pony, like a full pony, in over a year, and it looks better than everything I've ever drawn. It's still a work in progress. That's why your tail just kind of looks like a blob. One, of course, I picked Pinky to be the thing that I draw. What?
Again, bias. But this one is a fine bias.
Okay. What is the wrong bias of drawing your character?
I don't know.
But yes, moving on to media, I just wanted to show I could still draw.
Yay!
But no, medias. What cons are about, but not the con we're going to, because I don't think this con is about Batman Ninja. The movie I watched.
Somebody took the lead. Hoo, ha, ha, he, hoo, hoo.
Might as well. But yes, so Batman Ninja is, I think,
DC.
It's an official DC movie that was made, I think, in China or Japan. No, it was made in Japan. Like, this is when you watch the movie, the lip flaps don't match the mouth.
Oh, yeah, and
because it's English dubbed.
I actually heard Japanese original tone.
Yeah, from the creators in Japan. And it's a weird movie, but I love it because it is. So the basic plot is Batman and Robin.
What? Spoilers? Okay, no.
It's not spoilers. It's just saying the people in the movie.
Okay.
But Batman, the Joker, Harley, Grodd, Catwoman, all that stuff. They get transported to ancient Japan. And then there's a Batman movie plot because people are trying to take over ancient Japan.
Makes sense.
And Batman has a katana. And it is the weirdest thing that I...
Wait.
That's a question that everybody
Batman
needs
has a katana, so do they immediately violate the rule of Batman doesn't kill people?
Excuse
he doesn't
me,
kill people.
Fee. It's post Zack Snyder DC. Batman mass murders people by now.
Oh, okay, that's fair.
But yeah, so God, this movie's weird, but it's the kind of weird that I enjoy. Like, they made Bane a sumo wrestler, as an example. And the voice cast is also kind of interesting. Batman's voiced by Sonic the Hedgehog.
Wait, what?
The screenplay, I got the screenplay, and I see the screenplay credit is Kill la Kill, and I'm just like, oh, this is gonna be like a train wreck I can't look away from.
Oh yeah, it is. But yeah, no, the English voice actor for Bruce Wayne and Batman is Roger Craig Smith, who people would know as the voice of Chris in the Resident Evil series, and Sonic the Hedgehog.
Was it? Hold on. What Sonic? Because Sonic X.
Since 2010, so whatever Sonic games have been out.
I was about to say, the two Sonic series I know, both of them were voiced by Steve Urkel.
No, this is Millennial Sonic.
Okay.
The Sonic that you hear in Wreck-It Ralph 2 Sonic.
Is he also the voice of Sonic in the upcoming Sonic movie we are all excited for?
No, the blue duck from DuckTales is the voice of Sonic in that movie.
Huh.
So I have to point out that the thing you have brought to us is directed by the guy who did JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, and the screenplay is by the woman who did Kill la Kill.
Yes, and then the Joker is voiced by Buster from Arrested Development. And it sounds just as good as you think it'll gonna be. Fucking Ron from Kim Possible voices Tim Drake. It's so much weird happening at once. Soldier 76 voices Gorilla Grodd. That fits. That fits.
Also, Fee, there is some kind of rando called Spitty Fiaura or so in the chat, just FYI. Watching you right now.
Stop interrupting my media. I don't do that for yours.
Oh, hi, Pony Chick.
And then, but the only things that let me actually talk about the movie. The fight choreography is fantastic. The animation takes a bit to get used to because it's a cell shaded CG kind of thing, but it works with the style that they did. Like, it doesn't look like Ruby, which I think is the best compliment I could give to it. It doesn't look like Ruby. And also, the only other criticism I have, Harley Quinn is voiced by Tara in this movie, and I don't like when Tara voices Harley Quinn. Sorry, Tara lovers. Tara's not a bad voice actress. She's just not Harley. It just sounds like Twilight trying to be Tara Strong. It doesn't work. She's not Orlean Sorkin. She sounds not right. But you know, that's my personal bias, I guess. But if you want something crazy, that's actually pretty good. I would say watch this movie. It's probably the most entertaining DC animated movie I've seen in a while, because the DC animated movies have kind of taken a...
Did they know? I'm not up to date with them. I know that I marathoned them when I discovered that they were a thing, like 10 movies into the thing, like, wait, this is a series? There's more than Attack on Arkham? And
a lot of them have taken a kind of dip in quality. Let's just say that. Not as bad as the live action movies, but you know.
But I heard about the Teen Titans one and I was excited for it. Now you ruined it for me, like Marco ruined wrestling for Kelly.
Oh, it is so just you staring into space like But no, that was my media with minimal interruption. Hooray, I'm so thankful. Fee, what did you bring for show and tell today?
Well, I brought two things. One, I made a meme, which I just sent you.
Oh God, it's
no.
ponies!
I made this yesterday and put it on Twitter, and I'm like, okay, whatever, this won't go anywhere. And I'm like, oh, it's okay, never mind, it went somewhere. But I made that yesterday because I watched the episode yesterday and went, wait a minute, I got an idea.
I don't want to throw sand into the gears, but it is very basically the Gru theme. It
I
even
know,
has
but it's ponies. It's Gru with ponies.
It even has the same moment of the third picture being like, huh? And the fourth being like, oh.
Max, I think that's the point.
That's the point.
But you could have given it a different twist where it's like, haha, in the end, but we don't have this.
No, it's just the Gru meme plus ponies.
I don't know.
They just made an opportunity. The thing I actually brought was so we had this.
Oh no, it's too loud. Yeah.
So 2 hours of my night last night while I was drunk streaming was derailed from writing by ranting about why Sword Art Online sucks.
Mm-hmm.
Well, you're good in good company on the internet in regards to that. I believe
so
a few people.
Oh
boy, okay.
I get the abridged version. That's just the funny moments of it. Is what I brought because I'm like, you know, I gotta say that they lovingly went through the most terrible anime I've ever watched. Like, the only reason I finished watching the original was because I'm like, this is a train wreck and I can't look away.
Oh, so it's Game of Thrones.
Yes.
I just want to see how far off the rails this. Oh my God! It's like it's like a rotating train island, and 8 trains collided in the middle at once, and I just can't look away.
Oh my God! This is half an hour.
We're not watching the full thing.
But that's what I brought, was because like if you want to say Sword Art Online is good, I'm just gonna look at you and slap you and then hand you Sword Art Online abridged and go watch this.
Okay. Sword Art Online is
Garbage.
good. Sorry, I have to rinse out my mouth.
Wow.
I never saw it, so therefore I can only go by what
It's
every
not good.
anime reviewer on YouTube ever says, that it's pretty shit, and that it doesn't understand how video games work and appeal, and that the protagonist is the Gary Stu incarnate and shit.
So the protagonist's nickname is Jesus Kun,
Makes sense.
or Kirito Jesus. Apparently, video game skills translate to real life skills to the point that your sword skill in a video game allows you to beat a kendo master.
Obviously, I mean, what do you think? Did I achieve anything in my life?
We're just gonna have half a season that the entire overarching plot is incest, rape, marriage.
Sounds like every other anime to me. So.
Facts. Should not be a response to what you do in the game translates to real life, and then incest, rape, marriage.
We're gonna have, and then the second season is, we're gonna have an online game that's about guns, but we're gonna give you a lightsaber that nobody else has figured out how to use yet.
Okay, makes sense. I guess.
Star Wars Galaxies was Jedi. Why do you think that people would not just like be like, ooh, lightsaber, I'm gonna use this?
No, Spitfire, it's incest, rape, and marriage, not insect, rape, and marriage. I don't want to... Technically, if you're in... I don't want to know where insect would come into
I
that.
have questions about my marriage now?
I'm
but-
just like,
I mean, think about Wooten and his moss girl.
What, does he open up the carapace and then rape it? Is it the cloaca thing that you always hate for me to bring up?
But the moss girl is an insect, isn't she?
Yes, a moth is an insect,
Yeah.
but if he likes the moth girl, he's not going to rape it.
Yep, just adding one to the swear jar for that.
Anyway, so
what the fuck was that?
so to not go further down this void, so Sword Art Online abridged. Who should watch it? Who not? Who can you recommend it to?
Anybody who thinks Sword Art Online was good.
Should watch
Anybody
it.
who thinks Sword Art Online was bad. There you go. There's your target audience.
What about somebody like me who has not watched Sword Art Online? Should I still watch it?
I mean, if you like DBZ abridged, just because it's something else to give you a good laugh, but if you haven't watched it at all and you have no opinion, there's no need to watch it.
Oh, okay.
Well, I mean, like, the
Fine.
fact that the anime is, like, it has all the great anime tropes we love. And also, Vigima games, if you have that, if you want to see something that takes the piss out of an anime that obviously doesn't know how video games work, then you probably will enjoy it. It's the basic thing of, a bridge series always have the two levels of enjoyment. One, you enjoy it because the writers are funny and they make good jokes, like Dragon Ball Z abridged. And then you enjoy it on the deeper level of, what they're making fun of.
And you know what they're trying to fix.
Exactly.
And like I'll give you for instance, the original Sword Art Online says that after 6 months they haven't made it past level 14 out of 100. And I'm just like, are you guys just that shit? I mean, I get that if you die, you don't get to be resurrected, and you die in real life. But here's a thought. You could all have just spent an entire month going around killing level 1 enemies and getting
just grinding. You all have seen the South Park episode where they do this, which doesn't make sense, because if you are a certain high enough level in World of Warcraft to literally get no XP for tiny creeps anymore. But still, I mean, that should be your general strategy. Yeah, totally.
Fucking nerds. Christ. I can't say shit or else it just will come right back to me.
Pretty
You point
much,
you
yeah.
point one finger, 3 are pointing back at you.
Rightfully
Which is why
so.
you point like this. Listen here, you little fucks.
boy.
More fingers.
But yeah, so that was Fee's Media. Claps for Fee. Now I heard that someone went to go see a movie that I wanted to be good, but I haven't heard good things about. Please tell me if my hopes are completely smashed to the ground.
It's a difficult one.
That's not a good start.
What movie are we talking about?
Hellboy 2019.
Exactly.
Go ahead, you talk. I'm gonna be quiet now.
Can I just say before you go into your thing? I texted Max when he got out of the. He was telling me, "Oh, I got out of the cinema." Blah blah blah. I was like, "So how was Hellboy? Is it as bad as everyone's saying it is?" Well, it's not MCU, that's for sure. And I'm like, that's foreboding. But on the other hand, the last two Marvel movies after Infinity War were Ant-Man and the Wasp and Captain Marvel. So I don't know what to think. So please tell us what you think.
So, first of all, I wouldn't say it. Thinking back, other movies where I had an actual bad time, like, for example, what was it, Mortal Engines? Where I was like, what the fuck is this? This trailer betrayed me. The trailer lied. It didn't lie. The trailer was just the first minute of the movie, and then the movie was bad. But yeah, I had actual disappointments in cinema before, with stuff where I was like, hey, that looks nice. Hellboy, I haven't even seen the trailer. That was interesting. Haven't seen a trailer, and there were literally no 10 people in the cinema. Oh wait, no, the last line was actually a little bit fuller. So, a bit over a dozen in the entire, big screening.
Oh, that's sad.
But I haven't seen a single trailer for it either, so they have completely under-advertised it. Can't even blame them for it. I only just saw that Hellboy was a thing because I saw it on the cinema page. But yeah, having grown up with the good old Ron Perlman Hellboy, which it obviously has to be compared to. That's a sad thing, because they take... I'm not sure if the possibility to adapt him to live action always ends up the same way, that he has... the MCU managed to make their characters look different from the comics, and X-Men, they look in every incarnation differently, so... But yeah... point being, it's a very different Hellboy from the Ron Perlman man. The Hellboy himself as a character, where Ron Perlman was a cool guy, smoking a cigar and being like, I tell them, give back her soul or I will come down and punch you. And
now he's just Jim from Stranger Things.
Is he now?
Mm-hmm.
Is this literally the person under the makeup, or?
Yes, David Harbour, who plays Jim Hopper in Stranger Things.
Oh, but yeah, with
good makeup, but
yeah, it is. I had no fucking clue who he was. Anyways, but with him, this makes it actually. I like Hopper. Now I wanted to make. Now I really wanted the movie to be better. No, but the Hellboy as the main character is he's not the cool guy. He also gives one-liners. I guess you cannot have a Hellboy movie without one-liners. But he's more like you actually see him suffer. He comes more across than a tormented guy because, well, he sees a lot of shit in his life, and the movie basically starts. Tiny spoiler, but the movie starts up with him coming in there, meeting an old buddy, and having to kill him. And you see him really being like, fuck, fuck. And this is actually a thing throughout the movie that, he has a pretty shitty life. He's a fucking demon who got adopted by this professor dude who is making him kill monsters all day long. It's like, yeah, I can see how he has not the best life, but he also takes it in spite once again. He gives his one-liners every now and then, and he is amazingly uninterested in everything. He comes here, yeah, guys, can we cut through the chase? Come on, what's it all about? So he, as a character, I really liked him. Movie overall, however, it's weird. It throws a lot of stuff at it. It doesn't look bad, so it actually looks good, and they have some names to it. I mean, with the Hopper, and you have Mila Jovovich, the Resident Evil chick, as antagonist. They have some impressive visual stuff going on there. They have this absolutely gross character in the form of Baba something, the witch that lives in a castle with chicken legs. Baba Yaga.
Baba Yaga?
Baba Yaga. Yeah, and
the Russian Death Witch. Got it.
Exactly. She is fucking gross. And yeah, that's the thing. This movie, if you are squeamish, is not your movie. So
It's Hellboy, an R-rated Hellboy.
Is it R-rated?
What do you, yeah, I mean, it was supposed to be. Like, the whole reason I love Hellboy.
I was wondering throughout the movie what it was rated. Now I want to know, because it didn't look bad enough for R-rated.
The project was supposed to become an R-rated reboot. That's what I was saying. Because I wanted this movie to be good, even though the fact that they didn't give Guillermo del Toro the movie again made me so like, oh, this was your first mistake. Because the Guillermo del Toro, the best director we have in Hollywood, made the first two Hellboys. But it's like, Hellboy, like Deadpool, is something that should be
R-rated.
It is R-rated. Oh.
It is R-rated.
Okay,
thank God they got that one thing right.
They stated the film would have an R rating because of gore, but not for any sex reason ever. It's supposed to be for gore, horror, and just lots and lots of blood.
Yes, that's true. Because it was not just a little bit of fake blood sprinkling, but gore. Oh my god, I was like, that's a lot of gore. I didn't check the rating before because I'm a few years past being worried about a rating. But, so yeah, they used their gore thing because I was wondering, like, this is a lot of gore for 16. Is this a... But yeah, this explains it. This also explains why I have seen no trailers for it. Because it's an R-rated movie.
Everything explains itself with one letter.
But yeah, overall, the thing is still, how would I describe the movie? So you have the MCU, who is like doing the thing, and is a guy who's rocking the field and shit. You have the DCEU, who is just this try-hard, who is like, I can do what he can. There's this antagonist who is like, nobody likes him, and he just tries to imitate and stuff. Now he is Hellboy. And Hellboy is the edgy teenage brother of the MCU. You see him trying, and he is a little bit more crass. Well, now with the R-rated, we know why. He is more crass. The movie basically starts with a very British guy, so I'm going to butcher this now. Like, oh, the Middle Ages were the Middle Ages were a very dark time, and people feared it. And they fucking bloody had alright. It's like the second sentence is like fucking some like British swearing with fuck and everything, and I'm like, okay, I know what kind of movie I'm in. And, so it was entertaining, but I cannot sincerely be like, hey, that was a great movie. If you want to go to the cinema and want to see a flick with action and one-liners and stuff, I would say, it's okay, but I cannot be like, hey, fantastic movie, go watch this.
Was it thoroughly metal?
It was very metal, actually, yeah.
Okay,
the music they used throughout the movie. They used metal covers of songs.
I also think they've sunk themselves with Hellboy because Endgame comes out 2 weeks later.
I know. They were between Captain Marvel and Endgame, so unless you're really, really hard to being fed up on comic book movies, it's a bad timing there.
We've had like 3 movies that are outside the general universes of the DCU and the MCU. You got Hellboy, the edgy teenager. You got Shazam, the kid that wants to have fun, and then you got Into the Spider-Verse. Then you got Into the Spider-Verse, the one who cleaned up his act, got his doctorate. but no one goes to see, even though he's obviously the best one out of everything.
But we also still have
and then you just have fun with
X-Men.
Captain Marvel, where it's
X-Men.
just like, let's just go have fun. You know what? I have no faith in X-Men so long as Fox keeps making the movies.
I mean, Fox is now Disney, so
They now have little Mickey ears on the F and X, so except the Fox overlords. The Disney overlords.
I don't want to accept Disney overlords.
The Simpsons have, now you should.
yes.
But
yeah, final verdict. It's not really a must see, but I also do not regret having seen it. So it's a curious thing. It's very different in tone, and for that alone, it might be interesting to watch. But I'm afraid you are not missing out by skipping it.
Oh, you know what you should have gone see instead?
What?
You should have went The Missing Link, which is probably
It's
going to be
not in cinema yet for me.
No! God, I want people to just go see that movie.
No. My one alternative would have been Pet Cemetery, which I'm still
You
interested
didn't
in.
go see that?
It only was screening late at night, and I was like, yeah. I'm an old man. I need my sleep.
You stayed up till like 12:30 last night.
Don't. And I believe 1:30 the night before, but that's nobody's business. So let's hit us with some questions, will ya?
Fine, question, so we can hide the fact you're not a responsible adult.
I'm a responsible adult. Wait.
I'm not talking to you.
Exactly.
Okay.
I mean, when someone goes, "I need an adult," I go, "Not me."
Okay, so Big Iron asks. Okay.
That's yeah, Odie's new name, isn't it?
Yeah. Charlie's Inferno is a song with a melody so deceptively upbeat you forget for a moment that it is about a man who, after death, was dragged off to hell and chased by demons. So my question is, what's that upbeat song with dark lyrics that you love to listen to?
Huh.
I'm thinking.
An upbeat song with dark... I know mine, and I want to pick it before somebody else does. Are you ready to die? Are you ready to die?
First, that's not even the right melody.
What?
You better get ready to die. Get ready to die.
Yeah. But yeah, this song. Upbeat song with horrible lyrics.
Yeah.
The only one the two I think of is either "I Burn" from Ruby, because you realize, oh, this is really nice and everything. It's a literal song about someone burning someone else to death.
Also, question also for the chat, of course.
Yeah, mine is "It's not easy having yourself a good time," where the chorus is, I can't decide whether you should live or die. Oh, you'll probably go to
That's
heaven.
every Psychopath song.
I love that song so much. Of course, the first place that I heard it was Pony, but
Another nice one is the intro to the TV show Dexter, which is also ding, 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 ding.
And Dexter literally made cooking breakfast look like the most vicious act of the day.
I know, it's amazing.
Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. Okay, well that was actually a very fast question to ask.
Yeah,
cool.
Yeah.
Oh, this one's for me.
Oh boy.
Okay, from Enigmet to Keyframe. I know you saw Saber Sparks' Roadside Romeo video review, and God, was that an absurdly god-awful movie in every factor of animation. It was. Forgive me for asking this, ANY, but Key... How would a Jenna Marbles animated movie about her dogs be vastly superior in plot and execution? I didn't read the full thing. I just saw 2 keyframes.
Yeah, I take a break over here.
Okay, let me tell you how it would be vastly superior in every way. Because... honestly, I can't say that it would be. Because what is your cast of heroes? A normal dog, which is Peach. The person who's just going to cry throughout the entire movie. And the dog that doesn't know how to sit on a hardwood surface. So What kind of movie would that be? Would it be an action movie? Would they have to go save Jenna, save the day? Would they become superheroes and Kermit would be like Black Canary and his crying becomes supersonic? In that case, he'd probably become the villain because he couldn't stop and would destroy everything. So, to tell you...
I start liking the movie. Kermit is the villain and he gets killed in the end. Okay, I'm on board again.
I'm not saying... Why do you want this dog to die?
It's called a mercy.
It's not mercy. He's a good boy. But
he's barely functioning as a living creature, and he whines all day, so he's suffering, obviously.
I think he functions just fine, or else he wouldn't be alive for 8-9 years.
Yeah, he gets kept alive by his masters.
He feeds, he eats, he sleeps, he does the basic functions of a dog. He just is a whiny little bitch. I mean, he's a male dog, but he's just a whiner. He's just a whiny dog. You've met whiny people and they survive. I mean, you're alive.
I mean, natural selection for the human species has been out of commission for a while now, so...
You know what?
Let's not go there.
Max, I'm just saying, you're someone who constantly has first world problems and whines about it and doesn't take care of themselves in the proper way. Maybe you hate Kermit because you just see yourself in that Italian greyhound's voidless, emotionless eyes. Next question. The existential crisis aside. Okay. From let's see, we've gotten quite a few.
I really wish I had rum in this now.
Oh, hey. I only save my Jenna Marbles Kermit talk for this podcast. Let's see. From Wolfette. Hey, don't mind me. Just asking a regular question hours before the show starts because I can't come up with a good fuck, marry, kill this week. Luckily, someone else came up with one for us. From your perspective, what are some of your worst habits and or characteristics as a person and what are you doing, if you're doing anything at all, to change that and become a better person for those around you, and most importantly, yourself? This sounds like a very Enigma Prince question here. Are you trying to take over Enigma's question because Enigma kept asking fuck, marry, kill questions?
Okay, boy. Let's
leave it to like one habit or something, so that way we can move along faster, because we don't want to go into a therapy session today.
I'm a workaholic who is slowly killing myself. By that I mean I literally have days of the week where I only sleep for 3 hours of the night. I go into this knowing full well that I should go to bed at midnight and proceed to stay up till 5 in the morning and expect myself to get up at 9 a.m. in order to be all bright, cheery, and happy for a YouTube premiere video of my own, so that I can then shower and get on live stream. I sometimes am incredibly cranky because of lack of sleep. I also know that this causes extreme stress and is one of the stressors that has caused me to gain literally 60 pounds over the course of the last year, to which I've only lost 15 of since the start of this year. So you can imagine for 2 seconds just how horrifically terrible I've been to my body.
Okay, what are you trying to do to improve it?
Good.
I have a roommate who literally comes in at 2 in the morning and says, "Fee, go to bed, or I'm cutting the internet, or I'm cutting the power off."
Okay.
But yeah, good luck topping that, Key.
I don't have. No, you
like, what?
You go next. I was trying to be chiller a bit with this question for once. What about you, Max? Christ.
Probably the exact opposite. Because I like to call myself wasted potential, because I do not invest enough time and effort into talents and qualities that I have. I mean, very basic example, it just comes to mind because, Key, I hope you're sitting. Okay, you are sitting.
Uh-huh.
I used my my drawing tablet the other day. I know, right? It's a shock. But it's like... Yeah, I doodled a little bit just to get a feel on it, but yeah, for example, I mean, okay, the follow-up of the question was how to improve the life of the people around you, but still being
and most
more
importantly
committed
yourself.
yeah, but as well, I mean, just diving into new stuff, developing new skills, being more invested in shit is generally something that would improve my own life, but also the people around me. So yeah, pretty straightforward and the exact opposite of Fee. So hey, Key, what do you want to improve about yourself in regards to what was it, habits and characteristics?
Should I go get the alphabetical list or the chronological list? I guess
should you just pick the worst thing on the list and start there?
Oh no, I have an endless pit of problems. Some that I don't think people watching this podcast would be very comfortable with hearing chipper old me talk about. That includes years of therapy. But I guess one that is an issue that a lot of people can attest to that I have, that's not workaholic, is I say sorry too much. That's a bad habit I have. And I tend to blame myself for situations that are either someone else's fault or completely out of my hands. And it's like you heard him say, I do really bad. And it's yes, B.
So, go ahead and finish. But at the end, my roommate has made a solution that has worked for me.
Is it basically a jar? Because we've talked about this.
No.
Okay.
Every time you want to say sorry, you figure out a way to say thank you instead.
That's what I've been trying to do. I've been trying to say thank you.
And it turns the negative connotation into a positive one, whether you wanted it to be or not.
Yeah, but like the thing is that I've kind of gained a mental hamster wheel when it comes to saying sorry, because when I was growing up, that fun period of time in my life, most problems were blamed on me, and I was meant to feel like the bad guy. People just pinned shit on me or made me feel bad for things I like to do, or that my well-being, my likes, my interests were a burden to everyone around me. So it felt easier to just blame myself for every situation, say sorry, think that I somehow deserve the shit that comes on me that I really don't. And as much as I've grown over the years since that fun period in my life, that's just one of the things that's kind of stuck. And I've had friends tell me, you don't need to say sorry. Stop apologizing. I'm going to get a jar and you're going to have to fill it with money.
Which actually created a very interesting infinite loop.
Oh, what?
Yeah, where when you say sorry in my presence, I look angry at you, and you are like, "Oh, sorry for saying sorry," which causes you to say sorry.
Don't look angry at me.
Or disappointed, whatever. But yeah, there's an infinite loop for that you start saying sorry for saying sorry, which means you just said sorry and need to say sorry again.
Yeah. Basic play-by-play is that something dumb happens, or I think one time we were walking. And you hit your leg against something, and I was the one that said sorry. And then you just look over at me like, and I'm like, sorry, I said sorry. It's like, it's come to a point that one of the most often words I hear out of his mouth is ka-ching. Because basically, if I mindlessly say sorry, ching, like a coin jar.
I have an imaginary coin jar.
Yeah, it's probably very full. But I've been getting better. I've been getting better. Just
there.
It's just still nasty. Like Kermit, it's a nasty trait. My nasty traits are encapsulated in the shape of an Italian greyhound.
Get Keyframe to stop saying sorry. Make sure to go to bed before 3 a.m.
But a good question. It actually did not go into a stream of existential crisis. But let's see. Oh, look, we were talking about Disney earlier, right? Well, Enigma has a question for us. Disney Plus seems to be making a big move on Netflix streaming turf of classic and interesting movies and shows. How would you place your bets on how these two giants will duke it out for streaming supremacy? Disney doesn't have to. It's Disney.
Yeah.
It's just going to exist whether we like it or not. But the thing is, this is one of the smartest fucking moves that the evil geniuses at Disney has come up with, because they've been taking off their licenses on streaming programs slowly but surely. So soon, you won't be able to watch any of the Marvel movies or Star Wars movies or shows
Yeah, or
unless you have Disney Plus.
yeah. Well, uh, do what you do on the fire. Fuck! I sometimes learned that you are a pirate.
So
Oh.
I will be getting Disney Plus because I like the fact that it has
they
the
do
entire
good
Disney
stuff.
and they have the entire Disney catalog in one place.
And it will not be the Netflix shit where like you have Iron Man 3 and Thor Into the Darkness, but nothing else from the series.
And then all these Marvel series where they're getting back the actual MCU actors and stuff, and it's the characters that need more development, that need their own things, because they're giving Falcon his own show, and I'm like, thank you, with Falcon and Bucky, which I'm like, that's an interesting combination. I don't know. The thing is, I understand why people don't like it, because let's just not like Disney, but I can't hate it enough to not want to support the creativity that will probably come out of it with their original programming.
Any thoughts on your end, Fee, about this question?
My thought is very simple. If Disney makes their own streaming service, great. If Disney makes their streaming service and it's as terrible as the fucking Epic Game Store, no one's going to pay them any money. They're just gonna be like, fine, we'll just do without, because there's plenty of other entertainment that you can grab that's not non-Disney based that you'll just get used to. So the fact of the matter is, if your interface is bad, if your streaming service doesn't work, if you make us watch ads on a paid service, you're gonna just lose fuckloads of customers, and we're gonna walk away.
The problem is with Netflix. It doesn't matter what your catalog is. It doesn't matter. But the thing is, Netflix already doesn't have a good interface. Amazon Prime Video has an even shittier interface. So the bar is so low that Disney just needs to create a mediocre interface, and they are superior.
Well, no. Netflix's interface is basically the standard. They have to either make a new standard or they have to make up to Netflix's standard, which, honestly, is hard. It's actually hard to program a streaming interface. So unless they got some really good computer programmers, which I don't know, this is Disney. I've seen some of the Disney video games and just went, wow, you couldn't have made this worse if you tried. So as far as I'm concerned, it depends on the computer techs they hired. If they didn't hire new computer techs who actually know what they're doing, they're just going to turn out with, some people will come in and buy for a month just to watch a couple movies and then be like, I don't want to renew this. I don't use it because it's terrible. It's the same reason why Dailymotion and Vine and all these other video streaming services never took off. It's because YouTube's shitty ass interface, while it's shitty, still works.
But yeah, I guess we'll have to see how it is, how it turns out.
I mean, it's only going to be $7, so it's not going to be bad for 1 month.
But to actually answer the question of the prediction how they duke it out, I mean, if Disney is done digesting Fox and they get into streaming,
they'll get hungry again.
Yeah, I guess Endgame is.
At this point, I'm just looking up and going, Disney's only going to work so long as there is no politician put in power who enforces our current antitrust laws and anti-monopoly laws. As soon as someone's put in power who wants to enforce those, Disney dies.
Yeah, right now, Disney is just some kind of megalomaniac monopoly vor fantasy, because they've already vored Fox. Who's next?
So as soon as an antitrust, it doesn't even have to be a set of Congress. Like it's an executive power to execute laws. They're just not executing them at the moment.
But let's face it, the current government, nobody in government doesn't give a shit about this topic.
I don't mean necessarily get political. It's just a matter of as soon as somebody gets put into an executive seat who's going to enforce antitrust laws, Disney dies, EA dies.
Not going. But would you say there is a financial interest in doing that, or is this an ideological interest?
It is a financial interest in doing that for people like you and me.
Yeah, but so it doesn't happen, because living in the EU and just seeing how against the will of the folk, against the will of the people, the copyright reform here in Germany
Oh
gets
my god!
pushed
Oh
through.
my god!
Yeah, gets pushed through. And-
You haven't seen this, but YouTube's actual plan for that is just to stop service to the EU.
Yeah, I know. Makes sense.
That's their actual plan.
Yeah,
because
they
they're
have
like
no realistic chance of fulfilling the demands. The same goes for Facebook and Twitter.
So overnight, all these politicians are going to be like, "Oh, we did this thing, and why is my Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, and why does all this not work anymore?"
Phoebe, you're thinking wrong. The politicians don't watch YouTube, use Twitter, or anything. They will not miss it, but they got invited to nice dinners from the media moguls, so they all got bribed. It's simple as that. They have no personal interest in it. They have no backbone behind their ideology. And
then they're gonna be like, "Why is the economy tanking?"
Yeah.
And it's gonna be like, well, because every form of like even stuff like we're using right now, like Skype, what we're using right now over Skype, will not be legal.
Help, yeah, exactly. But yeah, short-term game, bigger. Wait, which direction would it be to show? Short-term game, bigger, I guess, this way for the viewers. Bigger future. That's current political climate all around the globe. Anyway, next question.
I'm gonna wonder why I have a green sign that says "help" in my sketchbook, but okay. God, that went into a direction. I'm sorry. If you were given the chance, what song or soundtrack would you recreate with a full orchestra? The thing is, most of the soundtracks I like are full orchestras.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, my favorite soundtrack of any movie is Hunchback of Notre Dame, and that's just a whole Gregorian chorus. You know what? Give me a full orchestrated version of the Baby Driver soundtrack. That will sound awesome. Or the Guardian soundtrack. I want to hear More Than a Feeling done by a full string orchestra.
Yeah, there we go. Let's have the Guardian soundtrack with all the 80s pop songs from both movies as just a full orchestra.
Nice.
Hell yeah.
Nice.
That actually sounds like fun.
Yeah. I would say something like, hey, some of the greatest video game music, but that already has happened. This is constantly happening. You find those full orchestra versions of video game soundtracks. But then again, not all of them. The obscure one kind of gets the short end of the stick. Trying to think like stuff like Xanadu or something that never... where the games themselves are obscure, so let alone the themes. Stuff like that would be fun.
Can we get that one Yoshi song that's been becoming a meme with the day when people open their mouse, but it's just an hour long with building instruments? I don't know. When I think, what do I want as a full orchestra? For some reason, the songs that are used in memes come to mind because it's just like, just make it the most ludicrously beautiful sounding meme of all time. Give me We Are Number One as a full orchestra piece.
Also not bad.
But there we go.
You are a pirate. Lazy Town.
Give me Beep Beep, I'm a Sheep as a full orchestra.
I'm a sheep. I'm a sheep.
I'm a sheep. Oh my goodness.
Could you just imagine a brass section trying to pull that off?
Boom, boom, boom. The Muffin song. It's muffin time, 'cause I want to die. Just this full thing when it's the die, it's the high violins and the trumpets.
Ah, beautiful.
Oh God, who do I need to throw money at? I don't have a lot of it, but who do I need to throw money at to make that happen?
I guess any orchestra.
Yeah. Okay. Let's make Kickstarter to make video game to make internet the soundtrack. Yeah. But okay, so let's see. Oh, since we have
I've got one more. I just had to go find the name of the copyright that got hit on me. Oh. Never mind. Go on.
But okay, since we have an author in our midst at the AWKWARDCast, for all of you.
Thank you for noticing.
You mean the fanfic that you got through like 2 chapters of and then didn't post anything else for it?
Oh, you mean Fee? Yeah, okay, sorry.
Yeah, I'm like, who? Oh, me. Oh, yeah, that's
taking a sip of my water-flavored tea. For all of you, what is the earliest book that you have read or heard about that you like, hate, and love? That's a Enigma, your questions are like a math class. It's like, oh, you only have 3 questions for your homework, and then they have all of these subsets. How about, what's the first book you've ever read?
What is the earliest book that you have read or
The earliest
heard
book
about
that I still remember
Mm-hmm.
was 5th grade. I read the original Dr. Dolittle.
Oh.
Also, immediately after that, I read Where the Red Fern Grows and proceeded to cry in class while trying to read a book. And everyone's like, why are you so upset? Because this is sad!
Max is in deep thought.
Yeah, I'm trying to remember what was the first book I read. It might have been Letter for the King.
I started learning to read when I was 2.
Oh, and fun fact, I have an illegal book on my bookshelf.
Oh, what is it? What is that book?
I have a full copy of the original transcript of The King in Yellow,
Oh.
which is illegal in the U.S. You're not allowed to have it.
Why?
But I have it as a part of a historical society effort. Basically, you sign up and you pay a certain amount of money to receive a copy of something that's not supposed should be destroyed according to whatever country you're in. I paid $50 and they sent me an original copy of The King in Yellow.
No, but what is the book that it is illegal?
So The King in Yellow. Let me make sure I'm talking about the right one because I've done the play, and that was not fun to have to have that kind of a day. So The King in Yellow is a book of short stories by Robert W. Chambers from like the 1890s that was banned for the ideas it put forward of how you should take on the mad ruler, and how you should remove them from power, because of at the time the Red Scare was becoming very real during the First World War, so they started banning books that were giving citizens this kind of idea. So this was banned for that reason, and was just never unbanned.
Okay, so because it should not sound, it doesn't sound like something that should be banned nowadays, but I mean, we still have some stuff banned here in Germany where you are like, why?
And the actual play, The King in Yellow, which is part of the book, is supposedly induces a state of despair so profound it is prone to induce madness in the individuals who read or see it.
Oh, right.
Oh,
So
boy.
it's like Cthulhu and Lenin had a baby.
Well, this explains how you ended up in the pony fandom.
Yeah. The first book I remember reading was The Thesaurus.
Doesn't ring a bell.
The Thesaurus is the book. It's like a dictionary, but it tells you synonyms for different words.
Huh. Okay.
Like,
Read the entire thesaurus.
I did. The thing was, okay, I started learning to read when I was 2 years old. My parents thought that learning to read was an important skill. And so we started, basically they did think education was an important skill, so they started teaching me math and basically the things that you would learn in kindergarten and preschool when I was a toddler. And that included learning to read. And I had like Dr. Seuss, normal kid books, like Dr. Seuss, little books of short stories, but we had a dictionary and a thesaurus in the house. One day I was just kind of waddling around the pile of books, trying to find something to read, and my mom found me reading the thesaurus. And then from then on, she would be like, find this word, and I would point to the word. And that's part of how I learned how to read. And this is the reason why in second grade I was reading at a college reading level.
But to answer the original question we got asked, so did you like, love, or hate the thesaurus?
I don't know. I was 2. I mean, the first book series I remember really liking was either books about space, so just solar system education books, or The Magic School Bus.
I like the new version of The Magic School Bus, What the Fuck 101.
Yeah. No, there was a thing. I actually wasn't allowed to read the Magic School Bus in school. Not because it wasn't. No, the thing was, I personally wasn't allowed to because they were like, "Oh, we want the children to read at the reading levels they were tested at." I was tested higher than the Magic School Bus, so I was getting like the scarlet letter. Meanwhile, all the other kids got to read the Magic School Bus, and I'm like, "See, this is the reason kids get bullied. It's because of you."
Yeah.
But next question. Okay, our last question actually. From RN Triggerette. Oh wait, they wrote 2 questions. Sorry, my mind just went straight to the fuck, marry, kill question. Okay, so 2 questions left. 1, if you could live as one celebrity for 24 hours, who would it be and what would you do? We've had this question about just switching bodies.
But Fee didn't
now,
get it.
But now Fee's here. Fee, who would you switch bodies with? And it has to be a celebrity.
24 hours.
Yes.
And what would
Queen
you
Elizabeth.
do? Huh.
Oh.
And what
Why?
would you do?
I'm the fucking queen. I'll do whatever's fun for the next 24 hours.
But you
have
also...
a million corgis.
Like, I'll have corgis and play with them. I'll go out to like an RAF a shooting range and just hop on a machine gun and be like, I'm the queen. Are you really gonna stop me?
But you're also a very tiny, fragile old woman.
I'm sorry.
the
I'm sorry.
queen's a badass.
She just pretends to be old and fragile. She still goes to fencing lessons and she still goes to yoga class.
She's awesome. Freaking
She just pretends really well to be old and fragile. She's not old and fragile.
Let's see. I mean, I have 2 answers. One is the more practical answer. I want to switch bodies with one of those heads of the EU government for the day of the last voting for that bill and be the no. Yes. Okay. So tomorrow, can I switch bodies with one of the heads that would basically nullify a majority vote? So be like, no. Then I would have saved the world, and no one would know but me and the few friends that I told that I switched bodies with. So that way, if I'm ever like, hey, can you give me $30? No, I saved your government. Here. But no. And besides that, either Chris Pratt or PewDiePie. One for Chris Pratt because, PewDiePie, just so I could experience what is a day like where the media just won't stop hurting you. Like I just want to know. I just want to spend a day behind those eyes. Like, how soul crushing is it? And then Chris Pratt, so I can be like, I am a hot dude.
Keyframe just secretly wants to be a hot guy.
I secretly want to be a hot guy, so it's
we
relatable.
We all want to be hot guys. Don't say that I secretly want to be hot guys. We already have a rumor about that, but like, no, I want to be a hot guy. Because then if I'm touching myself, I am touching a hot man. And it's like, this is what it's like. But okay, Max, has your answer ever changed from what celebrity you want to switch
I
bodies
can
with?
never remember my answer, so
I think your
don't
last
know.
one was
Will
I think.
But then again,
Will Smith.
yeah, I don't. Basically, Will Smith is like the queen, but
a black guy.
Yeah, he's a dude. He is black, but he also just Patrick Stewart. Then Patrick Stewart is literally the male queen. He comes from the island. He does whatever he wants. He is old but surprisingly fit. So Patrick Stewart is. But why do I want to be old? No, that's the thing why I want to be Will Smith, because I'm not that old then. But I'm still a cool dude.
But nobody likes Will Smith anymore.
I like Will Smith.
I mean, I still think he's a cool dude. He kind
Rewind wasn't his fault.
Yeah, Rewind wasn't his fault, and some of the movies he ended up in were like, yeah, but he as a person seems pretty cool.
I mean, all he does is post travel vlogs with his family. It's like, oh, this is so wholesome.
Yeah, he just likes to shoot the shit. So
yeah,
he's chill about stuff.
And finally, our fuck, marry, kill question, our traditional podcast question we all love. Sorry, Wolfhead, going in the same theme of stealing your job. Well, thank goodness you did. Fuck, marry, kill, Inception style. ANY, Keyframe, Fiaura the Tankgirl. I don't know how I feel about this.
How to answer? So, do we answer this from the point of view of a third party? Like, would I fuck myself, or do I? Because
Is it a compliment if we say to fuck the other person? Like, this feels incriminating in many different ways, no matter what we pick.
It does, doesn't it? But yeah, and once again, what do you do about yourself in this question?
Do you want to hear one of us say kill ourselves? Like, we'll say that on a whim without saying. Yeah.
I mean, I can't say that or my psychologist is going to get worried, but, you know.
My psych hasn't said shit.
I guess we have to answer for ourselves from a third person view.
Okay. So
it's not like, would I commit suicide, but would I kill myself if I have if I would not be me?
Okay, so you are just Joe McDoe. That's who you are right now.
Or in your case, it's Jane McDoe.
Yeah, Jane McDoe and Joe McDoe have to choose the fuck, marry, kills of these people. Okay, this is so weird. Trigger.
Yeah, I mean, this already starts difficult with Fee. We are talking for the first time. You're 1 week from your marriage. Neither of those three answers will be very nice to you.
Fee, why don't you go first? You're our guest, and maybe this will help determine the host choices.
Okay, is the choices literally the three of us?
Yes.
Oh God. Okay, well I'm killing
remember,
me.
Why would you kill a soon-to-be bride? That's a mean thing. I mean,
just to end the amount of suffering that everyone has to deal with whenever from me being a workaholic.
Okay. Wow. Depressing. So now there's the marry and fuck.
Well, no offense. I'm gonna marry him just because he seems like a really wholesome dude.
You don't know me, but okay, I take it.
You're a judge of character.
And Keyframe, you got the body, so you know.
Oh, thanks. I guess. Cool. Okay. Max, your turn. I don't like this one. This is just uncomfortable.
Okay. Going back to the point before, you don't kill a bride a week before her wedding. Obviously, I cannot marry her, so I guess, Fee, I have to fuck you simply because it's as bad as it sounds, this is the most respectful thing I can do to you a week before your wedding.
Okay, so marry and kill, Max. Do you want to take your hole even further to China?
Oh my God! Oh, now it really gets awkward. Post show. Now it really gets awkward. Oh boy.
Do you really want to marry yourself and have to deal with yourself double every day?
Probably not, but yeah, but I mean it's probably we are all far too self-hating. We are all picking kill for ourselves, aren't we? Yeah, I would say kill this weird dude that does. What do I even do? I mean, like, come on.
The systems admin of a startup.
Yeah, I mean, come on. It would be the smallest loss probably. So.
God, stop being. Is this the depression cast now? I don't have enough antidepressants for all of you.
Good job there, RNG Trigger. No, I see it in a positive thing. Like, hey, and then I guess marry you. So there you go. You are now officially marriage material.
Oh yay! I'm apparently fucking material by my higher up and marriage material by the other higher up. I feel so great.
Yeah.
This feels like a bad furry comic I read once.
And now
I'm waiting for her answer. I've got a zinger regardless of her answer.
And now you have to answer.
Can I just explain the context of why this is bad? I have, as my choices, myself. That's already bad enough as is. The person that I've worked with for, how long have we worked together, Fee, at Babs? 4 years now? 4 years. And then the person...
No. You have to count the year before the first con.
Really?
We're getting this shit ready, so it's a bit
Oh
about...
yeah. So I've
Second
known.
decade.
So okay, Fee's been my boss for 5 years, and Max, I've known him for 5 years.
But then again, it's socially acceptable to want to kill your boss. Ask around. Everybody will. I totally want to kill my boss. Yeah, I can
I'm
relate.
waiting for her answer because either way, I have a real great joke that's going to be awkward as hell.
Okay. This is all not good.
I know. I have been in your place just a few minutes ago.
Okay. I'm gonna kill Fee.
Damn, she broke the suicide pact.
Ah!
No, here's the thing. You know what, Jerry? Here's the thing. Also, I just want to say to people who can't watch because these videos are cropped in, the widescreen webcam footage of myself is amazing because he's been just standing upright, staring to the camera this whole show. It's lovely.
He's staring at the back of your head, going soon.
Soon, but no. You know what? I've been trying to make a commitment of starting to like myself again after a lot of shitty years of my mental health and starting to make an improvement. Why kill myself when I'm already on a good road? So I'm just going to kill Fee because this is the most convenient answer for me. Kill my boss. There we go.
Now we have Jerry.
What? It's Jerry's choice?
No, Jerry's in the screen now.
Oh, hey there, Jerry. That looks so disconcerting. But no, now, oh God, with wanting to like myself, I have left myself and Max. This is even worse. Okay, I guess, you know what? Instead of saying kill yourself, I'll say fuck yourself. I'll fuck myself and I'll marry Max.
Okay.
Here's the thing. I'm not going to marry myself because while I'm starting to like myself, I don't think I can stand myself for years. However, I know by being around Max for 5 years, we at least complement each other brain-wise that I don't think I would want to kill him if we were married. Also, I don't know, it'd probably be an easier financial stipend to get married to him compared to trying to get married to my clone. So,
Hey.
What? I don't believe in marriage anyway, so you want to know why I do the gold digging method with the marry parts of these questions?
Oh, you're consistent, actually.
Yes, the reason why I picked the gold digging options in the marry part of fuck, marry, kill is because I personally don't believe in marriage. I think the whole system of marriage is not a good thing. So,
hey, Fee, how are your plans for next week again? I forgot.
If you want to be married, good for you. Just don't expect me to get married. I love you.
It's actually
Fee.
really fucking hard. Jesus
Yeah, don't
Christ.
do that. Don't
That
take it
physically
bruise on
fucking
your
hurt.
head.
Like, I wasn't even really hitting myself. It was just light taps. But good God, that physically hurts.
Well, don't give yourself a bruise.
No, I can beat someone to death with this.
Oh no. Okay. Let's just not think about that and this question on the podcast when you hold a book in your hand around me anymore. So, thanks, Trigger. That was the worst fuck, marry, kill question we've gotten on the cast so far.
It was very.
And we had to do fuck, marry, kill for Barney and Bear from Big Blue in the Big Blue House.
I'm shooting Bear in the fucking balls and watching him bleed to death. Like, there's no question about that.
But yeah, but you have to give RNG credit. This fuck, marry, kill was very, very. Nobody really.
I was thought the guest would say it.
What?
Awkward.
That was
Yes! Close enough!
A and Y and Key say hi to the people in the chat. The memes are seen on this live stream as they talk about random crap. It's time for awkward guests. It's the awkward. Random guests and funny gags on the awkward guests. Artwork and analysis which you do not want to miss.